this is agent memory. So this one we call this file system. Okay. So what does it mean? So our agent right now will, if you go into the agent, you will see that there's a memory section. And in the memory section, what you can do is you can enable this file system. And let me go into an agent. Let me create a new agent from scratch. Test new file system of agent. Okay. So if I don't enable this one, so I will copy the data from here. Help me to create this JSON file with multiple rows. Okay, so it's going to create a JSON like this. So technically, we are creating this kind of like JSON artifact already. So you can having this as a JSON file, and then you go back into the workflow. For example, I'm going to this workflow, the OCR, for example, and then you go into the background. And instead of like creating one row at a time, you can importing the file that you ask the agent to create to back here. So it will, instead of like you go into here and click line by line, it's going to import from the offline file that you can create somewhere. It can be an agent in AgenticFlow. It can be ChatGPT or somewhere else, so that you can make sure that on the left hand side, the one that with the yellow background, that is the input field. You fill in all of these. You select all of them, and then you click run. Maybe I'm taking the one that already success, then it will trigger the one that not yet success, and you can handle it. So that is how you can create a JSON file. But what's changed now is that if I enable this one as a file system, Neil, as all of you, for a customer who are the restaurant owner, which need an agent that help them to take care of their customer. Make sure you include some mermaid diagram on how the customer flow look like. Okay, can you make it .md5? Okay, sometimes we have to explicitly ask the agent so that it will create a file like this. But later, what you can do is you can put it in a system prompt. So, for example, like I'm downloading this one, and what I can do is that, for example, I'm going to my Google Drive. I would drop this one into here. So this is a new scope of work document that my agent just created for me. I will open that within Google Docs. So you can see that the agent right now is actually create a well-formatted Google Docs file that you can use. And for example, like if you are including some diagram here, you can copy this diagram and you're using some tool. For example, like Mermaid, and you can paste here, and it will insert that file into here. And you just right click, and then you click copy to clipboard. And then you can replacing that document. Where is it? Okay, just replacing this part with a new picture. So it's much more nicer. And this is something that you can mimic and also create something that can produce to your customer. And because we have some other MCP like Google Drive MCP, so the process that I'm just doing right now manually can be automated as a process. And I think we can also ask in the agent. Now we have the ability to create .md5 in any text file. Can you brainstorm some use case that we can create an agent with ability to create file like this that is helpful? Yeah, maybe we can ask the agent to give us some idea. So a lot of idea in here. Let me see. First one is document creation. Second one is content creation, meeting note and agenda. This one is interesting. Automate generate meeting agenda based on milestone, meeting minute, take note during meeting and format them into structured minute distribution. Okay, let's take this one. Focus on this one. let's create a system prompt so that when I paste you a sales transcript, you create a well-formatted .md file with Mermat diagram and related, so that I can output a well-structured meeting minute and share to my boss. I need to find some sales transcript. Let me go into AgenticFlow AI. I think we have some sales transcript. Let's search for okay. So in here, I think we have some. So this one is a sales transcript or sales transcript here. Okay. So what I'm giving the agent right now is I ask it to create a system prompt for itself so that it will use the file system capability, so that later when I paste a transcript to this agent, it will read and producing a markdown file that I can import to Google Docs and make it very nice. So let's see how the agent come back with. Okay, so this already create a file. Let me open this one. And then maybe I'm going to Google Drive, and I'm going to drag here. Yeah, what is that? Meeting minutes, sales transcript. And I'm open this one. Okay, so it's creating a well-structured and format that we can reuse later. But I think the agent is not that smart. I was asking it to create. I asked you to create a system prompt for me, so that later when I paste the transcript, you format it in the file format I want. Okay, so it have a system prompt already. Let me copy this entire system prompt, and I copy here. I paste back to this one, and I click save. And I'm going to open a new chat, and in this one I will copy this one. And I will paste in here, and let's see if the agent is going to creating a new file for me to download or not. So it have in this cell meeting minute already. So let me open this one, and I'm going to back here, cell transcript minute. Open with Google Docs. All right. So that is a markdown file. But what if you can creating another file? Because this is okay, we can create HTML file as well. Because this file system is very powerful. It will allow you to create markdown file, maybe HTML file, or even EML, which is the format that for the email address. So just imagine you can now have this file system as a new skill for your agent. So for example, this is a cell meeting minute in HTML. I will download this one, and I'm going to open this. Okay, so it looks quite similar. Can you beautify it with CSS inline and make it nicer and professional? Okay, I will download this one. I'm going to open this one. So as you can see in here, so I just ask this, and it will creating a minute in well formatted. So you can add logo, you can add everything. So just is like if you can create an agent that allowing your end user to submit some certain information, and then based on that information, you will creating a template with company logo and information. You can combine it together with some internal workflow that will call to some certain system. So just to give you an example, it's like maybe a quote, like customer come to your website and they will input some of the information, their name, their phone number, and also they would like to have a quote from your company. So normally you don't need to, you can create a form for them to fill and so on, and a lot of questions. But technically you can create an agent that's doing this. And before, I think we already have the ability to do kind of things, but we don't have something that customer can download and they can use. Maybe a PDF file or kinds of a file. But right now with this file system, you can ask the agent to create a well-formatted HTML file that they can print out as a PDF. Just imagine that is a very good quote from with your logo in there, and also every line item in that quote can be traced back into the internal system of your customer, maybe a CRM or something. So I hope that this is the new thing. I use file system a lot on our site, and I see this one is very powerful and it's allowing us to transform from a stateless agent to stateful. So this is a term in tech, but basically, like currently our agent doesn't really aware or doesn't have memory of what have been done, what is a customer look like, and what is the environment that the agent were working on. But furthermore, we will have the ability that we will retaining those information as an environment. So for example, like you can set maybe a project that we throw the agent in, and then the agent will producing those files, and that file will be stored in that folder. So when the agent start to generating the file 101, it knowing that there will be 100 files that have been created before it can reference to in order to retrieving the information from previous file, and it will get an improvement a bit by a bit. So that's why we put that in the section memory, because in here I'm planning to have more information. I split memory out of knowledge because we will including short-term memory, long-term memory, and variable. This is going to be in this section. So maybe let me have a token here. So what is coming later is that it's going to have the variable. It's going to have long-term memory. So this too is going to be something that upcoming next in this memory section. And yeah, I hope that this is this file system memory will introducing a new part that you can leverage to build your agent, and especially to bring that to your customer.